Are you a solo entrepreneur? Then you know exactly what it's like to wear all the hats. You're the CEO, you're the head of marketing, and yep, you're the entire customer service department. It's a lot. So today, we're going to talk about how AI can become your most reliable team member. I'm talking a true 24/7 co-pilot for your business.
Now, we're going to start with a quote that, honestly, might seem totally backward when we're talking about AI. The jobs we are going to have will require us to be more human. Kind of strange, right? But just hang on to that thought. Because as you're about to see, the whole point of this isn't to replace you. It's to free you up to do the work that only a human, that only you can do.
So first, let's just dive right into the core problem. For pretty much every one-person business out there, there's this thing I like to call the human work paradox. And it all boils down to one simple, super frustrating fact. You can't be everywhere at once. I mean, you need to be answering DMs, replying to questions, and following up on leads. But at the same time, you've got to actually create your product, plan your next big move, maybe even, sleep. It's physically impossible. A total balancing act that's just set up for failure. And when you try to do it all, there are real costs. Delayed replies, that can turn an excited customer into a frustrated one fast. Missed leads, a question that comes in at 10 p.m. might be a cold lead by 9 a.m. Your answers might even be inconsistent, just depending on how swamped you are. And all of it, points to the biggest danger of all, founder burnout. So how do we fix this? Let's talk about the solution. And it's all about building an automated team member that literally never sleeps, never gets tired, and is always perfectly on brand. We're talking about an AI customer assistant. And let's be super clear here, this isn't some clunky old chatbot from 5 years ago. No, this is a seriously sophisticated tool that you designed to be your digital front desk, handling all those first-touch interactions all on its own, so you don't have to. And this right here, this is the absolute game changer. This technology gives you constant, around-the-clock support. It means your business is still responsive, still helpful, even when you're asleep, in a meeting, or finally taking that vacation you deserve. You are always open for business. Okay, that all sounds great, right? But how do you actually build this thing? Well, the good news is you don't have to be a tech wizard. It's really just a simple, strategic process that, honestly, anyone can follow. It really just comes down to these 3 core steps. First, you set up the system. That's kind of like building the frame of the house. Second, you train it with your data. This is the secret sauce. This is what gives it your personality. And third, you write really effective prompts to guide it, making sure every single interaction is helpful and feels human. So, what do you actually need to pull this off? Well, you start with a user-friendly tool. Something like Jotform is a perfect example. Then comes the most important part. You have to feed it your data. I'm talking product info, service details, and especially old customer emails. The way you've solved problems in the past, the phrases you use, that's what's going to teach the AI your brand's unique, friendly voice. But look, making an AI that just works is one thing. How do we make it feel less like a robot and more like a genuinely helpful part of your team? Well, this is where the real art comes in. I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? It's all about the prompts you write. The generic AI on the left is cold, demanding, state your issue. But the empathetic one on the right, it connects. I understand you're having trouble. Could you tell me a bit more? It's a tiny shift in language, but it makes a world of difference in the customer's experience. One feels like a wall, the other feels like a helping hand. Now, to make sure this AI is a trusted part of your team, you just need a few simple guardrails. First, make sure it's compliant with all the data privacy rules. Obvious, but important. Define that consistent, helpful brand voice. And, this is crucial, create a clear path for escalation. The AI has to know when to raise its hand and say, you know what, that's a great question. Let me get my human partner to help you with that. So let's bring it all home. Let's look at the final outcome and see how this all comes together to totally transform not just your workflow, but your entire business. The outcome here is so powerful. You will have built your very own AI customer assistant. This isn't just a tool, it's a system that's always ready to reply, to guide, and to support your customers, anytime, day or night. It creates this professional, super responsive experience that can actually grow with you. And this brings us right back to that quote from the beginning. Now that your AI copilot is handling all the repetitive stuff, the FAQs, the late-night DMs, those initial questions, what are you going to do with all that time and mental energy you just got back? What's the uniquely human work, the creative work, the strategic work, the relationship-building work that you can finally focus on? That's the real question. And that is the real opportunity.